Hi everybody, this is Nyla, and I would like to introduce you to my guest today. Probably going all over the place since this is my first recording for business owner, and it's going to be quite different. Today, Nyla, who is a financial coach, and her business is called Penny Perspective. She is going to share with you what she looks for in looking for a bookkeeper, a virtual bookkeeper, and she's going to share with you from a business owner perspective to give you guys at least some more motivation that you can actually get this done. And kindly note, Nyla used to be a bookkeeper herself. And this is the direction that she decided to go in. So without further ado, Nyla, I'll let you tell them who you are, a bit about what you do, and then I'll ask you a few questions. And then if they have any more questions, they can definitely put it in the comment section of this video. All right, go ahead, Nyla.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for having me on your channel. I really appreciate that. And as you mentioned, my name is Nyla. I'm the owner of Penny Perspective, and I help people manage their money in a way that leads to financial growth. And I do have a background in bookkeeping, as you mentioned, and so what I did was take that approach to keeping track of finances, because that's a huge part of what bookkeepers do, and then take that to a personal approach so that people know exactly what they have coming in, exactly what they have going out, and they can use whatever their disposable income is, along with planning to leverage to help them grow financially.
Wow. So basically you are like the financial coach that every bookkeeper should have in their life. Because obviously when you're starting out in business, you don't want to make bad business decisions.
Right.
Then you're actually, because obviously you're trying to grow your income, but with the wrong step, you can actually put yourself in a lot of debt. So
Absolutely.
you are the person to get in contact with. So anyhow, so let me get right into the first question. Nyla, my first question is, as a business owner, would you prefer to have, especially now with everything going on, to have a bookkeeper in your office, or would you prefer to have a virtual bookkeeper?
I really don't have a preference when it comes to that, because I do like the intimacy of meeting with people one-on-one, in person, but I can also appreciate virtual because it's convenient. And as long as we can still keep information confident, which are confidential, which we can, a lot of virtual platforms have come a long way in being able to provide a confidential space, then it's beneficial to, whoever I have doing my books and myself to meet virtually. It saves us time and we can still get the same things accomplished.
Definitely. Okay, so my next question is, I'm going to ask you like a few personal questions, more of
Okay.
it, for if you're working with a bookkeeper. So for
Okay.
you, I know, as obviously we had a conversation before, that you use QuickBooks Online.
Mm-hmm.
But so basically, obviously, you set yourself up in QuickBooks Online and stuff like that. So how do you feel in working with a virtual bookkeeper, with someone going into your book? So obviously, you know that they actually don't sign into your account. They actually sign through their pro-advisor account as a business owner, because there's some bookkeepers are terrified. So there's some bookkeepers that are terrified of, like asking business owners to actually see their books. So my question is, how do you feel about that?
I mean, part of me feels vulnerable because it's allowing somebody into what's going on and with my business finances. But when we're vulnerable, it really allows space for us to get things done. And as long as we vet the person, when I'm working with someone, I'm going to vet them before I actually just open up my books to them. Make sure that they know what they're doing when it comes to bookkeeping, make sure that they're trustworthy, those sort of things. And as long as I'm confident in that, then I'm okay with sharing my books, because that allows me to open it up so that they can do what they're good at doing, and then I can spend time doing what I'm more good at doing. And so everybody wins. It's, it's really a symbiotic relationship where we work together, and part of doing that is trust.
It's true. And actually, well, for bookkeepers, I actually preach on my channel that you do provide a non-disclosure agreement. And I'm sure now with the non-disclosure agreement, it gives a business owner, and I'm asking a business owner, as a bookkeeper, you're now meeting a bookkeeper, and they said, well, I'll provide you with a non-disclosure agreement to actually see your books, see your accounts. How does that make you feel now with the comfort of letting
I
them see
feel
it?
I really like that idea because it shows me that they understand how it is to open up my books and to be vulnerable. So they're doing what they can to say, hey, I know that this is sensitive information, and I'm going to do my best to keep, it's in my best interest and your best interest to keep your information confidential. So that does ease my concern and let me know that they do understand where I'm coming from. And so it just makes me feel better about doing that and sharing my books with them.
Okay, so my other question now is, because obviously say you're working with a virtual bookkeeper month by month, or let's say like the second month or the first month, and this bookkeeper, that you're technically their first client and they made an error. So I want to know, how would you feel with them telling you about the error? That's first question. And the second part is, suppose the bookkeeper, they're so terrified they didn't tell you about the error. How would you feel about that? Because this is actually geared to a video that I'm actually working on doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer them to tell me about the error. If somebody comes to me and say, I messed up and this is what happened, then I feel like I can trust them more. I feel like when they do make an error, they'll let me know. If they don't let me know and then I happen to find it, then it makes me feel like, either one, they're not competent enough to realize that they're making errors, and so they don't really know what they're doing. Or two, they did realize that it was an error and they didn't tell me. So then that makes me feel like, okay, moving forward, if they mess up with something or do something, what have you, because it can be small, but if they don't let me know, then now I'm worried about future errors, and then I have to figure out, I have to, and then I'll feel like I have to go back behind them on a regular basis, and that defeats the whole purpose of having a bookkeeper if I have to go behind someone. So I would much rather somebody just let me know, because none of us are human. We all make mistakes. It happens, and sometimes when we do make a mistake, it's an opportunity to just really, like, we have everyday life, right, where like everything is going as it should, right? But that's just kind of taken for granted. But when there's an error, then that's an opportunity to really get to know what a person is made of. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to correct it? How are you going to learn from it? It's an opportunity to learn and then move forward from it.
Wow. Okay, Nyla. Because me and you, when we get together, we talk a whole lot.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, so I basically, before we go, because what would you give? But because did say that this was going to be quite short, but I want to know, what advice would you give an upcoming bookkeeper looking to start their bookkeeping business, or going out there to get clients such as yourself? Because they might want to get clients in the financial industry, and it's probably a little bit, they might feel a little bit nervous because of knowing that they're working with someone that has been a bookkeeper before. What would you say, from like working with you? How do you feel? What advice do you have for them, basically?
Make sure you know your craft and you're confident about knowing your craft. Bookkeeping is a skill, so know that, be confident in that. And then when you're going out and getting clients, just share you and just be confident in sharing you. Be comfortable sharing you, and know that everybody's human. You know, you're just talking to somebody about what you do and what you enjoy doing. So just focus on that. Focus on going out and saying, you know, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. This is how I provide the services. Talk to them about your background, how you became a bookkeeper. Ask them about them, and then go from there.
Brilliant. Okay, so my last thing is, because obviously you've come on here, you've given us your time to actually help bookkeepers, because my goal with these type of interviews is to give them the confidence that they can go there and gain clients and not be afraid, because obviously they're meeting business owners and that are giving them tips as well. But obviously, along with your time, what with your services, how can you help an upcoming bookkeeper, obviously, as they build their bookkeeping business? And then after that, we're going to finish the recording.
Okay. So how I can help them is looking at their personal finances. And a lot of what I do can be applied to businesses as well, but as a total separate entity. So when it comes to your personal finances, and let me just back up a little bit. So for me being a bookkeeper, I was able to keep track of finances like nobody's business. But when it came to making the most use of my money, that's where I lacked. And so that's how I can help people when it comes to, or help bookkeepers when it comes to, okay, how do you translate what you do in the bookkeeping world to your personal finances, as well as actually growing financially, create a margin in your life so that if something happens, if you have some type of financial hiccup, then you can say, okay, I can, I have some type of funds that I can fall back on so that I can actually keep moving and not stress about not having a certain income or having to pay out this huge bill. And now what do I do? How do I, how could I still maintain my bills and save and do those things that are going to help you grow financially?
And I know that was supposed to be my last question, but I know, right, that you do offer, you do a course, because you did one in November that I missed because I was working at my full-time job, which I'm not anymore. But are you going to be offering any of those classes this year?
I am.
And
I
if
will
you
be
do,
doing.
would you be able to provide us with information or could someone get in contact with you with the information that we have in the description of this video?
Yes, I'll definitely provide you with the information. And actually, I'm going to be doing a lot of workshops throughout the year. And I have one coming up on January 30th at 12 p.m. That's Eastern Time, US time. And it's called Food and Finance. So I'll be doing it's going to be focusing on meal planning based on your budget. So I'll be doing different workshops like that. I also provide one-on-one services for those clients who want to work one-on-one. So if you want to know more information about that workshop that's coming up on the 30th, you can visit my website, pennyperspective.com. And again, I will definitely provide you with the information that you can put in the show notes. And if you do get interest, I may be able to give one of your viewers a free seat to that workshop. So just let me know. People are, saying like, hey, how do I get a free seat? I can gift one seat to, someone for that workshop.
Well, what they probably have to do then to get that free gift, they have to make a comment down below of what it is that you offer. Can we do like a question that they have to comment down below? So what is it that Nyla does offer, and how can she help a virtual bookkeeper? You can put that down below in the comment section. And once you have that, you have to take it, screenshot it, and then look into the description and send that to Nyla. She will definitely be able to choose whoever is the free winner.
Yes.
Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much, Nyla, for finally getting you on the channel. You were supposed to be here for so long. And I do encourage anyone that watches this video to get in contact with you, because you are an amazing person.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So are you.
So before we go, I just want to ask everyone to subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell, and make sure that you look into the description of this video and get in contact with Nyla. You don't want to miss her workshop. Okay, thank you so much, and bye.
Bye.